So anybody other than Makalaji, not active? I just thought, that I'll join early and I'll interact with some of the teachers, across India. But I understand that you all might be busy and there's no issues at all. But yeah, what about others? You can switch on your cam, you can interact. I'll give you the unmute access. And yeah, many more people are joining. Welcome everyone once again. And pardon me for my sore throat. It's just the weather, it happens. So good evening, everyone. And yeah, if you can hear me, maybe we can have a little interaction. Where are you all from? And what's up with your schools? Anything new you all have adopted? Please do let me know. These things really excite me a lot. Anything you which you have adopted or you're about to adopt from the side of your school? Just let me know. We can actually have a discussion on the same. I'll learn a new thing too, like y'all. So we can do that actually. Yeah. Come on, teachers. Where are you all? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. Pleasure to have you all here. All right, all right. Well, I really hope that when some more teachers join, everybody is very, very active and we really enjoyed this webinar as we have enjoyed our previous webinars. And I hope the PPT for the last webinar I had, reached all of you. I shared the PPT with the team and I really hope the PPT, reached everyone. Okay, now all the good evenings are coming finally. Thank you. Thank you. Hi, Pushpa ji, Shobna ji, Sumit ji. So anything, you want to discuss, something your school adopted, anything new you used from the webinar and you found the webinar very, very useful. Anything easy, anything catchy, so that, even I get to learn something from y'all that, okay, this is happening and, teachers are finding it easy to catch on to these many things. Yeah. Anything you can just share in the chat box, so that everyone can read and everybody can have an idea, okay, what's going around in the world and in India especially and in other schools, right? Hi Ashwini ji. Namaste, good evening to the webinar. What about others? Okay, people are joining, so yeah. All right, I'll not pester you by continuously speaking. I guess you all need some rest at least for 5 minutes. And yeah, when some more people join, I'll definitely unmute myself once again and we can have a really, really great interaction if you all want. So yeah. Oh, hi Ruchita ji. Hi Neha ji. Good evening. Welcome to the webinar. Pleasure to have you both here, ma'am. So ma'am, anything you adopted new in your school? Anything you used from the webinars, past webinars? Anything else? I'm still confused how to use NEP in school. Pushpaji. So just giving a brief, Pushpaji, NEP is basically National Education Policy, right? And it's basically an amendment or let's say a modification of an old act which the government had before 2000s. Yeah. Now, NEP focuses on holistic development of the child. So NEP is not for using in schools, but NEP is a policy which is launched by the government for making education, accessible, affordable, and making education available to all in a holistic manner. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Richita ji. That means a lot, ma'am. Really, that means a lot. Thank you so much. Hats off to you, ma'am. Thank you. Hi, Karim ji. Hi, Shastri ji. Hi, Saurabh ji. And yes, Pushpa ji, I hope what I answered, is clear to you. I just gave you a very brief answer, but more we'll discuss, in this webinar. And this is all the webinar is about, yeah? All right, Pushpa ji replied, okay, ma'am, all right. So today's webinar is just not about NEP, right? We all know NEP is already there. Today's webinar is more about that NEP is there and now NEP, is bringing changes. Government is making changes every year. Something or the other comes up that, now the pattern is changing. Or now, they have to follow, schools have to follow this particular pattern. Yeah. So what can teachers and schools do about it? How can they handle the change? And how can they most effectively train their students with the change is basically what the webinar is about. And that is very, very important to understand, in today's webinar. And yeah, the more we'll discuss later. I don't want to say anything else right now because very few teachers have joined, I feel, and more participation is awaiting, I'm pretty sure. So it's just 5:54. I welcome you all once again. And yeah, anybody, and adopted anything from the previous webinars, would be integrating drama techniques, gamification, pedagogy. I had so many webinars previously. So if anything you adopted from the previous webinars and you found it useful, please let me know. It's an encouragement, for me as well. And it's an encouragement for other teachers as well, who can implement the same in their schools. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just wait for your response because I feel I'm just speaking, and yeah, that's what I'm doing, I guess. All right. Hi Neha ji, hi Aparna ji, hi Akansha ji, hi Kiran ji, hi Anupam ji, hi Akhtar ji, hi Pyari ji, hi Smita ji, Manju ji, Niharika ji, hi everyone. Hi, good evening. Welcome to the webinar. Hi Kiranjit ji, hi Shalini ji. I remember you from previous webinars as well, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining again. I remember many of you actually from previous webinars, the names I can just recognize. So yeah, it's good to see, that many our teachers are back. Hi Shika ji. It's a pleasure to have you here again. Thank you. Hi Anupam ji. Hi, good evening. So we'll start the webinar by 6 p.m. or maybe by 6:02 or 6:05 p.m. We'll just wait a little for the teachers to join. And I really appreciate that all of you have joined the webinar early. It shows, how interested and how excited you are for the same. I mean, that is something which I believe, and I really hope it's the same. So yeah, thank you so much for joining early. Hi Kiranji, hi Nupunji. Do drop a messages in your WhatsApp groups or anywhere you interact with your colleagues and other teachers, so that everybody can have the wholesome experience. And I can also see many teachers with cameras on. Neha ji, Kiranjit ji, hi ma'am, you both look beautiful, really. I think that was my mistake. Maybe I'm so sorry. But yeah, you did look beautiful, and it's very good to have you here. Hi, Pooja ji. Hi, Leela ji. Hi, Lokshana ji. Hi, Kiran ji. Hi, everyone. Good evening. So, can anybody please tell me? Oh my God, nobody is telling. So, you're not implementing anything from the webinar, huh? Any one of you? Not even a single thing. So many webinars we had earlier. At least tell me one thing you implemented in your school and it worked out great for you all. Hi, Saurabh ji. Good evening. Hi, Prem Prakash ji. Oh, hi, Prem Prakash ji. You're a very old participant of the homework app webinars. Great to have you here again. So, pleasure. Okay, I feel nobody has implemented anything, and that is why I'm not getting any response other than good morning or good evening. But yeah, thank you so much for greetings. Well, I really hope. Oh, Pushpa ji, this is your first webinar. All right. That's great. You'll really enjoy it, sir. You should watch the other webinars as well. We had earlier. We had many recordings on the YouTube, as well. So you can watch those as well to get the access to the other webinars the homework app has had. You can see the app's LinkedIn page, the YouTube page. It's very active. Just access the videos from there if you have missed the webinar or not joined earlier for any of the reasons. Good evening, everyone. Hi. Welcome to the webinar. And I'm very sorry for my coarse throat. It's kind of bad because of the weather, but I understand. But I just hope you understand that it's it's something you all have to adjust with today. And I'm very sorry for that. But yeah, I hope I'm properly audible and I'm also properly visible. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Oh, Aarti ji suggested the rule on paper activity. Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Aarti ji. All right. That's great. That's great. At least one suggestion from someone, regarding the webinar. I'm pretty happy you took something from that. Okay, Akansha ji says it's her first webinar. She got to know it from her seniors. That's great, ma'am. That's great to see the enthusiasm, that you joined today. Thank you. So any other person other than Aarti ji who implemented something at least? Mine also first webinar, looking forward for great inputs. Definitely, Smitaji, definitely. You will have a great time and great inputs. And I would really suggest you go to the other webinars as well of the homework app. We have had very fun webinars. The other teachers can tell you in the chat box, the feedback. Or we had webinars on gamification, pedagogy. We have had on curriculum planning. We have had on, how to use the tools and techniques to make the webinar effective. We have had webinars on all these particular topics, which are very, very interesting. Neetuji says, yes, we have had wonderful webinars. So I request all the teachers, to join all the webinars so that you get a holistic response that, okay, this is the kind of webinars the app has, and this is the kind of inputs we give to you, right, which is useful for you. Yeah. Actually, I didn't introduce a javelin, but I need the PPT for that. All right, ma'am, just let me know the webinar name, because I take like a lot of webinars, on a daily basis, and it's very confusing for me. So if you can let me know the name, I'll try and share the PPT if I have. Okay. Oh, thank you, RVG. Creative teaching and learning process. That's great. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, many first webinars actually, huh? That's great. That's perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. I really hope you all are doing well. It's already 5:59, and I am really, really excited to start the webinar. So, yeah. Um, oh, Jishaji, thank you. My pleasure. My pleasure. You don't need to thank me. Hi Arunji, hi Aniketji, hi Mrinalini hi Pankajji. Everyone, hi again. Good evening. Welcome to the webinar. Pleasure to have you all here, really. So, the same, my life is just the same as in the previous webinars. Bangalore again, weather is really cool, actually. It's raining and the weather is really nice. I don't know about others. I hope you all are having a great time wherever you live, and a great time in your schools as well, right? And yeah, we'll start the webinar in another 2 minutes. I just want to wait for another 2 minutes so that if any other teacher is facing any problem, they can join, right? Neetu ji says your explanation skills are excellent. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It's a pleasure, ma'am. It's a pleasure. Thank you, Rashmi ji. Thank you so much. Even Prem Prakash ji, thank you so much for the comments, ma'am. So really, really. Integrating drama in classroom. Oh, no worries, Aarti. I'll share the PPT for the same. I have it. I have it. I remember this webinar. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Well, till the other teachers join, I think we can quickly start with the webinar. Let me just see my charge and laptop and audio and video and everything once again, so that nobody, faces a problem, later on. Yeah. All right. I think everything is perfect, and I can go ahead with the same. All right. So first of all the teachers, it's a pleasure to have you all here. Beautiful faces, excellent minds, and very knowledgeable. I know. Moreover, once again, very sorry for the coarse voice, but again, just not go on the voice and maybe on the content, because it will be excellent as ever. And yes, what are you going to learn in this webinar is something which we have to start on, and something which is very, very important, right? So the basic thing which we will learn on this webinar is not about NEP 2020. NEP 2020 everybody knows, हाँ एक नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी तो है, गवर्नमेंट ने इम्प्लीमेंट कर दिया है, बट अगर उसमें थोड़े चेंजेस आ रहे हैं या बोर्ड के पैटर्न में चेंजेस हो रहे हैं, हाउ इट इम्पैक्ट्स टीचर्स एंड स्कूल्स इन देयर प्रिपरेशन, इन देयर शेड्यूल्स, इन देयर करिकुलम, एंड व्हाट यू कैन डू अबाउट इट इन अ वेरी सिंपल and in a very effective manner. That's all this webinar is today about, right? So that is just a brief introduction before starting that what you should expect out of this webinar today, and what you can learn by the end of it, right? So moving ahead. Okay, before we move ahead again, as we always discuss a message from the team first. So the homework app and team has two messages for the participants. First, you get the participation certificate for today's webinar. You all will get the participation certificate. We'll send a form at the end. You just have to fill the form for the same. And when you fill the form, during the end of the form, there will be a WhatsApp joining link. There will be a button to join the WhatsApp group. Please do join the WhatsApp group, wherein you will get the updates about the other webinars, and what the Smart Teacher Festival is. And it provides you the opportunity of earning a Smart Teacher certificate and a Smart Teacher kit, which is worth rupees 1999. And this is not fake, because many teachers here have earned it before, and they've already got the opportunity in hand. So yes, the other new teachers, you have the opportunity to do participate. Well, more about it we'll discuss later in this webinar. Moving ahead, right? So just giving a very brief introduction, of what NEP 2020 is and what was the key focus, with which it was launched, right? So NEP 2020 was basically framed in 1986, and the old policy, okay, the national policy on education was the first policy which was formed in 1986, right? Later on, the government amended the policy, yeah, make changes, and then we had the NEP, that is National Education Policy 2020, other than the NPE, that is National Policy of Education 1986. Yeah, that's just a very basic point for all of you to connect with, where this policy came from. The many chats I'll just see. Kritika ji says my voice is breaking. Okay. Is my voice breaking, or it's fine for the others? Like, is it audible properly and everything is fine? Just you can let me with a yes or a no. Okay, okay, all right. Kritika ji, very sorry if it's breaking. Just check your internet connection once, okay? All right. I think it's clear for most of the people. So I feel it's not a problem at my end. But yeah, I really request people who are having a problem to check on their end. Thank you so much for the responses, everyone. So continuing with, NEP 2020 again, right? If I actually think about this, several changes has taken place, right? And by several changes I means that the policy has been revised a lot. Now why do you revise a policy? Simple reasons, right? To make it more effective. In one word, if I have to say, to make it more effective. Okay. NEP 2020 is basically the first education policy, right, of the 21st century or of today's era, which basically replaces, okay, the 34-year-old NPE, that is National Policy of Education 1986. So it's very, very important, and that is why this policy is discussed so much, it with any context, of the webinars, right? It's basically built on the foundational pillars, as you can see on the screen, of providing, affordability. Education should be affordable, for all. It should be accessible to all. Agar you belong to a very poor family or a very rich family or an average family, the scheme should be in such a manner overall that it should be affordable for all. It should be accessible for all. Again, I'm just explaining a little for those who does not have any context on the same, right? I'll quickly move ahead from the same after 5 minutes. So accessibility is basically everyone should be able to access education. Facilities, in the village, in other areas, have to be set up to make it accessible, in all, of India, right? Then only we can have a holistic development, okay, of the students from all across the country and from all sectors of life. Maybe they are an OBC, or maybe they are an ST, right? So they should also have the access to the education, okay, what we are having today, with this laptop and phones and mobiles, etc. Again, providing quality and equity. Obviously, what you teach should not just be for the sake of teaching. कि मेरे को bio पढ़ाने बोला, I was taught to teach bio, I taught bio, I'm done. It should be quality as well, right? Quality content should be provided, okay, for the teachers to understand, the importance of education in the student's life and how they can use the same concepts in the life after, okay, to develop skills and talents which are actually required in the corporates and industries across. Yeah. Now, moving on to equity. Again, education should be taught on an equitable level. Yeah, on many levels. I would say that in the cases of finance, or in the cases of skills and talents, maybe the background students come from, there should be no bias or discrimination on the same, right? It should be equitable for all. Yeah, everyone should get an equal education of equal quality and efficiency. That's very, very important. And again, accountability. We are accountable for what we speak and what we teach. That is something I think all of us believe in this webinar, right? You are accountable for what is there, okay? And all these are for what? Okay, these are basically, okay, for continuous learning, right? Growth and development, right? Again, to convert the society into a very vibrant, into a very vibrant society, the NEP was launched, okay, with its key focus, okay, as these things. And as you already know, we have the other important pillars like the art integrated learning, or the integrating drama techniques, or using multilingualism, okay, in the school, right? These are some other aspects under the NEP which the government wants to focus, and the government wants the school to focus upon, so that they can have a holistic development of a child's personality, right? If today I am able to deliver this webinar so perfectly, or maybe not that perfect, but yeah, perfectly, by making the PPT, knowing what content to share, knowing how to speak, when to stop, how to interact. Maybe it's because of the basic education I got, okay, in my school years, right? We have discussed many of these things, in the pedagogy and psychology sessions as well before. So if you remember the same, we can really connect, with the same. Yeah. Well, moving ahead, some latest developments, right? So as I already made the expectation setting of the webinar very, very clear, that what you have to expect from this webinar is what are some of the latest developments you want to know about, right? And how to manage those latest development, accept the change, and make the students practice on the change and make them more efficient for the upcoming board examinations, right? Now, moving from rote learning to competent learning. Okay, that was one of the major pointers or major words which the government used, when it came out, okay, with the guideline. Now, what was the guideline? I'll tell you in the slides, ahead. First, we'll understand what does competency mean, what does competency based questions mean, and what is competent learning, right? So rote learning is basically you give the students, a standard nine biology book and tell them to read plant system and learn it. You give them a mathematics book, okay, of standard 10, tell them ki trigo ka formulas yaad karke aana hai, you have to remember all the trigo formulas and come to school tomorrow and write the exam. That is rote learning, right? Traditional form of learning. कुछ सीखने को नहीं मिलता. There's nothing to learn, yeah. Okay, so why we implement all these techniques? See, classes go, how can you make interesting offline, hybrid, online? What to do to catch their attention? What to do to make sure, okay, that with 100% efficiency, okay, they learn. You have a different type of learning, and that is competent learning, right? So that in life ahead, they develop all the necessary skills, all the necessary talent, which they can use in the outside world, because school is just for providing you education. Using the education in your practical life and applying the concepts is something which is very, very difficult, and not everybody can do it. I'm telling you, not everybody can do it, right? And that is the reason why government again had the change, okay, in the board pattern, in the term 1 and term 2 pattern, wherein it increased the weightage of the competency based questions. Very, very important, please note it down. Okay, moving ahead, what is basically, as I showed in the previous slide, that it's basically moving from traditional style, yeah, the rote learning here, books and books, and not allowing the students to think on their own, to connect concepts on their own, is basically what the rote learning was. Again, everything opposite to the rote learning is competency learning or competent learning, yeah, which develops them holistically. Now, what is holistically is an all round development for the students, okay, कि personality से लेके, mindset से लेके, skills से लेके, everything I am developing on an overall level. Books are important. Ratta marna is important. Okay, by hearting, I know, is important also sometimes. Okay, but understanding the concepts, applying the same, teaching other people the same. These things are also important, right? It develops you as a person. The art of communication, the art of applying the same, the art of sustaining in the world outside. You all are experienced people, and you all know it's not that easy. Yeah, that is the major agenda. कि पहले से ही school level से ही the changes need to be done, so that after that no problem is faced. So before moving to what is the change, and what are we focusing upon, I'd like to show you what competency based questions actually mean. Okay, questions which assess the applications of concepts in real life and unfamiliar situation, also called the behavioral situational questions, right? What is the agenda of it? The agenda is to showcase the application of skills and concepts in real life and not just on paper. So what it simply means is, competency based questions means you have to give the students questions which allow them to use concepts like Bloom's taxonomy. Let's say the basic concepts, okay, Bloom's taxonomy or trigonometry, or profit and loss statement, okay, from accounts, all these concepts, okay, from the book in real life as well, right? That is what competency based questions focus on. All right, and again, why it is important, I think we all can understand that asking a student what is Bloom's taxonomy is very easy, but making a question which makes the student think, what should I apply in this question so that I can give the answer in a most rational manner. Okay, that is what competency based questions is all about, right? Now I just want to pause for a minute and ask that sure, Anij, I'm trying to speak very slow, but if you want more slow, I can go more slow as well, no problem. Okay, so again, I just wanted to ask that all of you are clear about what we talked till now, and can I move ahead, with the same? Otherwise, I can repeat the concepts, as many times as you want, but I want all of you to just understand what you all are here for, right? So yeah, just a simple yes or a no. Any criticisms, everything will work. Okay, okay, all right, I got responses. All right, thank you so much. ठीक है, तो ये बेसिकली हुआ कि अभी what we discussed, I'll just try to do a navigation. Okay, well, just a basic knowledge is breadcrumb navigation is something which you use in digital marketing, in the particular application. So yeah, it's basically what we did one after the another. So breadcrumb navigation of the webinar right now is is about NEP 2020, how it came in very brief, what is the importance of it, and what are the 5-6 agendas on which it stands, right? Then we discussed about, what is the change right now, not in the policy, but in the suggestion what the government gave to the CBSE schools to follow for the board pattern. Yeah. Then we discussed, about the change. Competency based questions have increased their weightage. Okay. And the reason being, we already discussed, okay, the importance of competent learning, right? Moving from rote to competent learning, right? Now, moving ahead, as I already told you, the news is there's a higher weightage on competency based questions from now on. And right now, the next few slides, I want all of you to please take either screenshots. The video will be there on YouTube, the PPT will be shared with you, but I also want you to take a screenshot of the same, the next few slides, so that you can understand in a very simple, yeah, in a very simple way what change is basically there in the competency based questions, right? And you don't need to go through a 60-page or 70-page PDF for the same. All right. Now, okay, this is very, very important. All the professors right here, okay? Even if it is not useful for you for this year, please do listen to it, because you will get an idea, okay, that how the changes are made, how minute changes can actually, change a lot of things. The way you prepare your syllabus, the way you make students prepare, the way you plan your sample test, the way you plan your board papers, the way you make the students prepare and teach what you teach them in class, everything changes, with a simple percentage, okay, as well. So first, I'll show you the comparison for class 9 and class 10, right? And the next, I'll show you the comparison for standard 11 and standard 12, okay? Well, comparison for class 9 and 10, ठीक है? Particulars क्या है? Composition term 1. अब term 1 का pattern क्या है? ठीक है? Model 2021 का pattern was MCQs रहेगा, case based questions रहेंगे, reasoning type MCQs were there, and 30% weightage, okay, was, for MCQs. Okay. मॉडल 2022 एंड 2023 अब क्या बोलता है कि मिनिमम 40% वेटेज तो मेरे को चाहिए ही, ठीक है, फॉर कॉम्पिटेंसी बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस. अर्लियर द वेटेज फॉर कॉम्पिटेंसी बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस वाज 30% maximum, but now you have to understand that the weightage, okay, for competency based questions is minimum 40% minimum. It can come more than that as well, you already know that, right? So that is a very big difference there in the paper. Again, these questions can be in the form of MCQs, they can be case based, they can be source based, etc. And I'll show you how, I'll show you the example of all these questions by using a very simple effective tool which you can use for your preparations in school. And all the type of questions, the board are suggesting, the particular tool already has in it, and moreover it's free of cost. Okay, just wait for it and understand the concept first. Okay, objective type questions, okay, wherein you ask the students ki, what is your view, right? The view questions, wherein they can write their own thought process and justify the answer with the same, is basically having 20% weightage. And then again, the simple short, the long answer questions, they have 40% weightage, and it sums up to 100%. All right. Moving ahead, term 2 for 9 and 10, okay, for 9 and 10, term 2 में क्या changes आया कि model 2021 2022 was case based, situation based questions, open ended, short long, and 30% was competency based. But now this model 2022 and 2023, it's the same for both the terms. It's the same for both the terms. Okay, so that is again something which is very notable and something which is important to understand. Okay, for the same कि पहले maximum था, a minimum 40% है, so there's a high weightage on the same. Yeah, again, case based is you give a case analysis. Okay, I'll give you an example for the same. I'll teach you with examples so that you will understand what kind of questions are important, how you can make them practice, in lesser time, okay, with more efficiency and more content, right? So this is a simple table, for standard 9 and 10, term 1 and term 2. Moving ahead, for comparison for class 11 and 12, okay, that is, yeah, your inter school. Okay, so term 1 again, model 2021 2022 was case based, right? So the MCQs were there, case based were there, assertion reasoning type were there, and then again MCQs, okay, used to make 100% of the paper, wherein different types of MCQs, okay, were injected कि कुछ case based है, कुछ situation based है, कुछ assertive है, okay, and then 20%, okay, were competency based. So if you see From 9 and 10, okay, the percentage, okay, was less, okay, it was just 20%. But now again, it increased by 10%, minimum 30% in 2022 and 2023, right? So again, weightage idhar bhi बढ़ गया है. And everywhere, the word to note is minimum 30% competency based questions. Again, it can be in the form of MCQs, case based, source based, etc. Yeah, I'm very sorry for my coarse throat, but yeah, I hope you're able to understand what I'm saying. Now again, objective type is 20%, and as for model 1 2022, the Q&A short and long was 50% itself, and the same is here as well. So 50 plus 30 sums up to again 100%, okay, of the paper. Yeah, moving ahead with term 2. Yeah, composition, okay, for term 2. So again, what is the composition for term 2? We have case based questions, right? Earlier in 2021 and 2022, we had situation based, we had open ended short and long, and we had 20% competency based questions. And as for 9 and 10, 11 and 12 also has the same for term 1 and term 2. The pattern is the same. Okay, that is again very, very important. Okay, now, I want to ask the teachers, that were they able to understand the comparison, and did they understand how important, oh, good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. I think still people are joining. Good evening. Well, those of you who have missed any part of this webinar, I'll definitely share the PPT, and the recording will be there on the YouTube channel of the application. The link, I'll try to make it share via WhatsApp groups, which you join at the end of the webinar. Okay. Yeah, so that was a basic, important thing, wherein I tried to explain you that what are the changes, and how you have to work on the same from now on, right? Because training and practice starts from today and now. There's no tomorrow for it. Again, as I already promised you that I'll show you something, with the help of which you can use everything, right? And what can be done to keep up with the change. So as you can see on the screen, ensure students holistic approach, right? You have to ensure that every student, right, every individual with different mindsets, with different capacity, from different backgrounds, okay, of study and education, have, a very good approach, okay, towards preparation. You have to use tools, right, which can be overall solution, for your preparations, okay, during boards, okay, or before boards, okay, as a practice, right? Because keeping 10 tools, okay, in the phone, okay, and assessing questions from everywhere would not help you out. You have to look for one tool, one application, which provides you all the benefits you want, right now, or maybe which is free of cost, and maybe which doesn't take, or hamper your phone space, wherein you can create homeworks, okay, in 30 seconds to 1 minute, and give as many questions, as many practice, sessions, okay, to the students, okay, in lesser time. Because it's important to equip students knowledge, regarding the competency based questions, okay, and how the change has happened, right? You have to show them that this is what is happening, and they have to be aware of it. More practice has to be done, okay, in lesser time, and more assignments has to be given in lesser time, taki efficiency say, so that you make them prepare with efficiency. So agenda is key. Now I know the change is there. What should I do to ensure that I have like one tool in hand, and with one tool I can ensure that all these particular loopholes, okay, in my curriculum and study are covered, right, in the most effective way, and most importantly in the most reliable way. Okay. um all right. So again, one solution to all, I have also spoken about the homework app in many other webinars as well, because I feel the application in itself, is a boom, and it's a wow, right? So again, I feel one solution to all can be the homework app. Now the reason being, the application has everything, one can want, right? You can download and check out the homework app right now for all these kinds of questions, Bloom's taxonomy, interactive quiz, case study questions, assertion based questions, and so much more, okay, which you want. Competency based questions are, under production, and very, very soon will be launched on the app as per the CBSE, okay, as per the CBSE curriculum, CBSE pattern, and what the board wants. Now I want you all to just give me 2 minutes so that I can show you how the particular new change can help you to use the homework app in a more efficient manner, and make your students equipped with all the knowledge, you want them to be equipped with, without wasting time in preparing the questions, because there are already 7 to 8 lakhs questions, okay, in the question bank of the homework app, and which is prepared by the team, right, along with the answers. Homework can be created in 30 seconds. It's completely free of cost. There is no charge for any of the services inside the app. And many teachers right now also are using it. And if you don't know how to use it, I'll show you a very simple demo for the same. Please look with greater details, with greater efficiency. How do you get all these questions in the application? Taki, you can use it with the utmost efficiency. You can download n number of tools, but still many people don't know, how to use Canva to the utmost efficiency and create professional designs. You can be a Canva user, but you can't expertise, okay, in it until you learn about it, okay, in a more detailed manner. And that is the aim. I want you to learn about the homework app in a manner which expertise you, okay, in the particular field, and you don't need to download any other application. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I'll join from my device and quickly show you, the demo, okay, for the same, which is again very, very, I think, interesting. I've always loved, the homework app personally, because the way it is, and I've always spoken about the same in loads of webinars, because the application has everything in itself and it's free of cost. I mean, that's the biggest issue, people face. So yeah. All right, I'll join quickly and then we can go ahead with the webinar. Even for just give me a minute. I'm entering the passcode. WCQ80W. Okay. Q80W. All right. Okay. So how to do this, whatever I spoke till now, is very important. And I don't want any one of you to leave the webinar, okay? Because you will get certificates at the end for the same and a form will be sent to you, right? So just patiently listen and maybe take something new, at least one thing new from this webinar today, okay? All right. Minimize the volume.
Recording in progress.
Okay, I'll give myself the share screen option and I'll quickly share my screen for all of you, yeah? Okay, it's done. Okay, I'll quickly share my screen. All right, can you all see my screen? I hope you can. Mm. All right, all right. Well, first of all, you teachers are really, really excellent, because you always keep a lot of patience, with me whenever I demand. So yes, thank you so much for that. I always get to learn, the art of patience, and this is very beautiful, the way you respond, after patiently waiting for it also. So thank you so much. Well, as you can see my screen, quickly going to the homework app. Okay. All right, the homework app is opening. And yes, I have created my profile as Harsha A, that is Agarwal, Kendra Vidyalaya number 1 AFS Pune. Okay, I just selected a school at random, right? Because I'm no more into teaching, anymore, right? So I just selected a school at random to explain you the concepts for the day. Now I'll just show you my screen for once, okay? You can see how we have different options, as I swipe through the screen, yeah? The join webinar, get your school daily workshop, new academic session, and everything. And when you scroll it up, you can see all these various books, and classes you can have, your sessions for, okay, or make the students enjoy it. Okay, we have so many books, for each and every subject, and for each and every class. So that is something you really need to explore in the application if you haven't. Moving ahead, I want you all to click on the option classes, right? If you are opening the homework app right now, click on the option classes. Now I have created a class of 10A, right, and for 50 students. So I'll use the same class to show you, how you can create a homework with all the type of questions, which the board wants right now, and which is very, very important. So again, you can create a new class as well if you want, right? From here, from the add section, as you can see, new class up yahan se you can create. Okay, ma'am, Sunil ji, the sample papers are already there in the application. I'll show you everything. Okay, just hang with me. Just be with me, and I promise you, you will really enjoy the demo. Okay, click on this class 10A. Okay, on clicking in the class 10A, the app will ask you if you want to create a new classroom. अब अगर नहीं बनाना है, it's already made, just click on cross. Okay, I don't want to. Now what I'll do is I'll try to create a new homework. The option of new homework at the left, at the right, sorry, at the right bottom of my screen. Click on new homework. The app will give you all these options. What do you want to do? Homework कैसे create करना है? I know the app will take only 30 seconds, but what do you want in those 30 seconds for the students to practice? So let's say I'll use question banks. Okay, I'll use question banks for generating my own homework. Taki I can mix and match, right? Now all the books which you see right here is for mathematics. As I scroll, 10 standard mathematics, because I created a class for standard 10 maths. Okay, that is why every book, and oh my god, the loads of books here. So you can see how so many books are there with so many thousands of questions, and everything is prepared. You don't need to do anything in the application. Okay, now let's say I go to book as revision question bank. Okay, in revision questions bank, I want from chapter circles, which is the third chapter. I'll go on chapter circles. I click on chapter circles. You will see various subtopics under chapter circle, which are important, right? So let's say I do number of tangents, okay, from a point on a circle. Okay, I chose that topic. So you can see each and every question you see right now have two options. या तो आप MCQ लो या आप subjective में कर दो. Okay, so you can also do it, okay, as subjective. All right. Now, let's say I add this subjective question right here. I click on add button. Yeah, this question I want in a subjective format. So I just change the dot option here. I select subjective and I click on add. So इसमें क्या होगा? Now the students will get the opportunity to actually write their own answers, okay, or maybe solve, and click pictures. You can upload their own papers. Yeah. Again, you can have it in the MCQ format as well. So let's say I select one MCQ question for all of you. I select this one. Okay, I select this question, okay, as the MCQ question, okay, for you. Right now, again, I go back. Ab ye book se to ho gaya, revision question bank. I don't want any more questions from here. I can go to other books as well. Case study question bank, okay, case study question bank, wherein you will get all the questions, okay, in the form of case studies for mathematics. Again, something we can have for both. So I go to constructions, I go to case study questions. And now you can see how beautifully the app has case study questions as well. So I can add certain case study questions from here. See, I can add this, I can add, okay, let's say I add this triangle question also, add. Okay, all these are getting added in the questionnaire or in the particular practice sheet which you are preparing, right? Again, you don't want to add any more case study questions, right? You want to add something from Bloom's taxonomy. So we have a Bloom's taxonomy book, as you can see on the screen. Yeah, I'll click on Bloom's taxonomy. Again, clicking on, let's say, nature of roots right here. You have Bloom's taxonomy questions right on the screen, and you can see some of them are assertion based. You can objective and subjective as well. So all the questions, descriptive se leke whatever we discussed, except competency based, everything is there in the application for you to access. See, you can add this as well. You can add this as well. You can change it from MCQ to subjective, so the students have to solve and then get their own answers, and they will not get the options. If you click on MCQ, you can see the choices as well, that what the choices in this question and which one is correct. The C discriminant is correct, right? So you can see that as well. Okay, so I'll add this as well. Okay, now let's say I don't want any more questions from case study, I don't want any more questions from Bloom's taxonomy, and I don't want any descriptive assertive type of questions because I've already added all. Now I want to go on sample test and practice test papers, right? So what I'll do is term 2 based mock test. Okay, as you can see on my screen, term 2 based mock test, you can go right here, and beautiful, the app has so many papers for you. It's a sample paper which the app has given to you to download and use it, okay, for your classes. All right, click on anything, you'll get the download option like this. Okay, so that is there. Now let's say I added a lot of questions already, and I'll just click on boost understanding book to add some more questions, and maybe finally create my homework, yeah, or finally create my practice sheet for the students. I'll add, and total questions, as you can see on the bottom of the screen, is 10, right? So you can review all the questions which we have added. We have case study, we have subjective, we have MCQs, we have descriptive, and we have assertive questions as well, right? In which you have to state a fact and a figure. So all these questions you can, review, and again, remove if you don't want any questions, okay, from this. You click on the next option. After clicking the next option, you can see that there's a day option, there's a deadline option, and you can change that as per your needs and wants, right? And quickly in 30 seconds, free of cost, oh my god, you can create homework from 20 books across and lakhs of questions. That is the beauty of this amazing application. Now when I click on create homework, okay, you see that the homework is already created. ओके, नाउ यू जस्ट हैव टू शेयर दी होमवर्क. अब शेयर किस साथ करेंगे? ऑब्वियसली मेरे स्टूडेंट्स के साथ शेयर करेंगे हम, राइट? सो टू शेयर दी होमवर्क विद योर स्टूडेंट्स देयर आर टू ऑप्शंस. Okay, either you copy the link or you directly share on WhatsApp. Copy करके link को you can paste on Zoom, Google Meet, you can paste anywhere you want. Okay, Google Classroom, whatever platform you use. Okay, you can use it for that. And then you go on WhatsApp, and then you click on, let's say I will share to my own number here, and here, as you can see, I've shared the homework. Again, those of you don't know, this application does not need to be downloaded by the students. As a student, you only have to click on the link which you share. Now I'll click on the link which I have shared for all of you to see how it works. Okay, so let's say I'll choose Chrome. ये link को Chrome के साथ open करो. ठीक है? I'll open with Chrome. And very soon competency based questions will also be there. So I think it will be very nice for all the tutors to use it even more. Now as you can see in the application, the students can see this, your assignments, two pending assignments. Okay, two pending assignments is this which I created right now. Okay, and due is showing due date, and it's tomorrow 5th June as per the date and time we set. Students just have to click on this particular box right here, the way I clicked the first one, which was a homework, right? Now you can see right here, okay, note from the teacher. Homework app also creates an automatic note from the teacher, which comes on the top. And see, all the questions are here. Students can add their answer. If there's MCQ, they can select on any of the options. If it's assertive, MCQs, etc. If it is descriptive, they can write and they can submit, with the help of papers, etc. And see, this is easily, how you create your homework, and they can click on submit at the last. So again, just showing you a very simple tool, which is free of cost and will not pester you with regular subscriptions, or anything else. It just provides you everything you need, because the aim is to revolutionize education and to start, a new pattern, okay, in the history what we do. Okay, I'm going to show you one another thing. Just give me one sec. My phone is hanging a lot. Oh my god. All right, I've already done this. Go back, go back. Okay, I'll go back again. And yeah, okay, sorry, I got back. Pura. I'll go on the home button. Okay, I click on the home button now. Home button may, when you click, you can have something as interactive quiz, which is very interesting. Okay, I know there are many responses in the chat box. I'll come back to each one of you after the demo. Okay, otherwise it will disrupt the demo in between. All right, you can have something, as this interactive quiz, which is a new feature in the application. What is this interactive quiz? Let me show you right now. When you click on interactive quiz, this particular screen will open. Okay, as you can see on my phone, the screen will open. Okay, now right now let me inform you one thing. Interactive quiz session is under development. Okay, you can read the reviews and comments by other parents as well, who has cherished the homework app a lot, for their efforts towards education and students. Moreover, they have content right now for standard 10 mathematics, standard 11 mathematics. They have content for standard 11 mathematics. They have science, that is standard 9 biology. And yeah, these are the particular classes which are just available as of now: 10th, 11th, and 9th biology. So let's say I go to the standard 10 option. Okay, as you can see right now, maths ke liye there are 2, science ke liye there is 1. Okay, interactive quiz session mein, rest is under development, right? Because it's a new technique, new pattern again. So I click on standard 10 arrow. Okay, and see, you can see all the topics they have for interactive quiz. Okay, अब अगर you want to play this particular, let's say, fundamental theorem of arithmetic as a teacher, just click on the play button. Or if you want to share with students directly, just click share on WhatsApp. I'll click share on WhatsApp. I'll share again, let's say, to this particular number. Okay, and I'll send the button, and you can see how the interactive quiz wala, hello, do this interactive quiz and enjoy. Now this is how your students will see the application on their phone, right? The students again don't need to download the application. Very important. Just click on this particular bit.ly link, okay, which is there. You click on this link, it will take you to this particular screen. Okay, now when you click on play, okay, see, you can see all this. replay. I played it, like some time back. So you can replay it or you can play, right? I chose the elusive theorem wala option, so it came here. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. And there's a, this, see how they've explained, the particular theorem, on their own first. Okay, so you can see how the theorem is being explained, right? How, what is the division lemma, and what can you do, right, in a very interactive and easy manner. The application is first explain the concepts, okay, in these kind of quizzes. They've given examples as well, which the students can use as a practice before examination. And then after the student has gone through a quick description of the chapter, they can click on the go button and go to the questions. So first 10 seconds will be given, or 5 seconds will be given for reading the question, and then the options will appear. The moment you click on any of the options, okay, they'll show whether it's true or false. So I clicked on the wrong option, the answer is false, right? So basically this is how you can use the particular tool, as we discussed, okay, the particular tool, okay, as we discussed, for making your classes, more effective. Okay. Well, I'll just share my screen once again. All right. All right. Okay. So as I showed you that, how you can use the homework app. So basically this webinar is about that the CBSE, board pattern has changed a little, and how this application as a tool can help you for the same. That is basically what we wanted to do, that giving you a solution as well, as what you can do and what you can learn, okay, from this, right? Now, in some time, I'll just share you a form link for the same, and filling which you will be directed, okay, to a particular WhatsApp group, right? WhatsApp group at the end of the form, right? And you can use that WhatsApp group to participate in the Smart Teacher Festival, which basically gives you a Smart Teacher certificate and a Smart Teacher kit, which is worth rupees 1,999. Okay, that is what basically the app has for you in hand, an opportunity to earn as well as an opportunity to learn. Okay, now I'll quickly share the particular link with all of you, so that you can fill the same, okay, and I can tell you more about the particular webinar. All right, I have the link in hand, and yeah, here's the link for participation. Please do fill the participation link, which I'm pasting right now in the chat box, because you'll not get your certificate if you don't. And please fill your email IDs correctly. During the end of the form, there will be, yeah, there will be a particular WhatsApp joining link, which I want all of you to join, so that you can be directed to a WhatsApp group, which can give you regular updates, about the webinar, right? And talk more about what you can do. Now moving on to another part of the webinar, okay, which is again very very important. I'll just share my desktop. Okay, so moving on to another part of the webinar, and what I have in hand for all of you is this circular. Now, this is what I wanted all of you to see. Okay, this is the circular. You can see the Central Board of Secondary Education. Yeah, and you can see, it's dated just like it came out in May, and that is what we discussed today. Okay, that how NEP focuses on competent-based learning. Okay, and they're moving from something which was very very traditional. How the pattern, okay, has changed. Okay, and remain the same, etc. And again, you can see this entire circular right here. Again, moving to a little more deeper explanation of what is there. You can see that as per the particular board, CBSE board, the definition of the competency based questions, okay, is basically that questions जो कि assess करे application of concepts in real life, unfamiliar situations will be a part of the question paper, and which will be definitely be there. And as you can see, that earlier, it was like 30%, but now it's minimum of 40%. Okay, as I explained you in a very simple manner, via the webinar, and what you can do to actually implement the same, okay, with your students, okay, and with the school, right? So yeah, please do fill the form which is there in the chat box. And moreover, I would request all of you to fill with correct email IDs. And as soon as you all fill the form, please do leave a comment in the chat box. What did you feel about today's webinar, so that I know that okay, it was this type, or maybe you I can do something more for you, all of you. So yeah, do let me know all these things. Any criticisms, anything you want to say, please say it out loud. I'm open to improvement as well. So yeah. Thank you, Fatima ji. Thank you, Srilata ji. Thank you. Makes me really happy to read all these comments. Yogita ji, as I already told in the beginning of the session is not about NEP, right? We already know that NEP 2020 is there, and we just wanted to show that how NEP 2020 came into picture, and what were its impact, what were its assessments, etc. Since last 10-15 minutes, it's for Q&A. I've stopped, right? So if you have any doubts more on the NEP, I can repeat the particular topic, once again for you, right? So, Yogita ji, you may let me know if you want to repeat, if you want me to repeat the topic, I can repeat the same for you, and you will get the idea, right? Thank you, Shobha ji. Thank you. Means a lot, ma'am. Means a lot. Mohana ji, basically you join the WhatsApp group every time, taki you can be, you can be a part of various webinars. So if you don't have a certificate in hand, okay, you can reach out to the particular WhatsApp group that, hey, I joined the group, but I didn't got the certificate. So that basically serves as a proof and a communication between the app and you. Yeah. So that is why we make you join the WhatsApp group, ma'am. Thank you so much, everybody, for um all the comments. And yes, RTG, noted, ma'am. I'm teaching drama in classroom. I'll share the PPT. Prima ji, if you fill the type form, no, if you fill the particular form I have sent, during the end of the form, okay, एक WhatsApp joining का ना button रहेगा. There'll be a button for WhatsApp joining. Just click on that button and you will join the group automatically. Sorry. All right. If you have filled the form, thank you so much for all the comments. Makes me really happy. And yeah. The basic agenda of this webinar, was this only. We'll come up with more webinars, on practicalities. You can search topics as I always do. So yeah, please do join again. Do you refer to your colleagues as well? Yeah. And do use the application because I feel it's very useful, in its own manner. So yeah, if you've already joined the group, you can participate in this particular festival which I have informed you about. Okay, that you will earn a smart teacher certificate and smart teachers kit worth rupees 19999. Now what is the smart teacher festival? That the team will take it ahead, okay, from the WhatsApp group. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So you can use this app with the utmost efficiency as well if you haven't till now, and you can connect. How important it is to CBSE as well, right? Arunji, as I always already said that you have to join different groups because if you don't get the certificate for any one webinar, you can actually reach out to members in a group that hey, I haven't received the certificate, right? And maybe you can help me, okay, with the same. So that is the basic agenda of the webinar, and making you join different groups. It's a proof that you join the webinar, you fill the form, and you are there, right? So it helps you in direct interaction, basically. Thank you so much for the comments. Means a lot to me. Thank you, everyone. Means a lot to me, really. And yeah, if you have any other doubts on NEP 2020 or feel that you missed, any explanation of NEP 2020, just going over a little that basically there was an NPE, National Policy of Education, in 1986. It was modified in the 21st century, where government finally came up with the National Education Policy 2020, and that is why it's such a big deal, and it connects to everything almost. Yeah. I discussed much more things, about it, previously. So yeah, if you have missed it, just watch the recording on YouTube, and that's it. Definitely, Madhumita ji, definitely. Vinita ji, actually, the app has content for class 1 to standard 10 as of now. I really don't think that 11 and 12 are there, but I think it's under development. But for 11th and 12th, there are subjects, certain subjects, I think, like mathematics and science, which you can check out in the application. So please do check out the app once for yourself, right? And you can find content, many content, okay, on the same. But the app is wonderful. I just showed you one section, and one, functionality of it, but you can use it for many other things. Yeah. If you fill the form, you can leave the webinar. You will automatically receive your certificates via mail. Do wait for 24 hours for the same, and please don't get impatient. Madhumita ji, the homework app. The name of the YouTube channel is the homework app only. Okay. And yeah, if you have filled the form, you can leave the webinar, and the certificates will reach you in 24 hours. So please stay, a little calm, and don't be impatient. The team will send you your certificates of participation because we are grateful that all of you joined. Yeah. So yeah, this is the webinar all about today, and